Reactions have continued to trail the Supreme Court judgment, extending the validity of the old 1,500 and 200 Naira notes. A cross-section of Nigerians wants the federal government and the Apex Bank to comply with the court's judgment in order to end the hardship occasioned by the policy. Chamunda Bang reports.
Last week, Friday, the Supreme Court nullified the implementation of the CBN's NAIRA redesign policy and ruled that the old 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes remain legal tender until December 31, 2023. Following the implementation of the policy, the Apex Bank said the money in circulation dropped from 3.29 trillion Naira to 1.38 trillion Naira. However, economist Stephen Wachuku believes that the NAIRA redesign policy has had adverse effects on the central bank's quest to reduce money in circulation.
Naira has become a scarce commodity and is now more profitable to hold Naira. You can't find Nigerians going to the bank to deposit the old note or even the new note. It has also, inevitably increased the volume of cash required to be in the system. Prior before now, CBN told us that they have about 3.2 trillion in circulation, and 3.2 trillion is serving the system as we speak now. In fact, the available statistics says that over 5 trillion is needed.
4 days after the Supreme Court nullified the implementation of the central bank's NAIRA redesign policy, the Naira supply has not increased and Nigerians are reluctant to transact with the old 1,000 and 500 Naira notes.
Actually, nothing has really happened positively. It's still been the same thing, to get money now, nothing, no way. You go to the bank, you can't get money. The POS guys are not giving you the money.
When we had the Supreme Court judgment that we should be spending the money, we are waiting for the president now to broadcast now whether we should continue or not. We are waiting for him. We are waiting for him now.
On February 8th, the Supreme Court issued an interim injunction preventing the federal government from suspending the use of the old major denominations by February 10th. However, this was soon followed by a broadcast by President Buhari stating that the deadline remains. The Supreme Court declared that the decision by the president not to implement the interim court order was against the rule of law.
But keeping silent and not talking to the public creates this needless confusion, because at the end of the day, there is that mistrust and misgiving. The people would still have in mind that Mr. President had disobeyed the central bank, and there is also the probability that he could also disobey the central bank this time around, the Supreme Court this time around. I think Mr. President will need to address that issue for the sake of the rule of law and for the sake of respect for the Apex Court.
Many Nigerians were hopeful that the Naira scarcity will gradually ease following the presidential elections, but this has not been the case as citizens continue to call on the government to address the issue once and for all. Chamunda Bang, Trust TV News, Abuja.